Hey guys, what's up? It's Imurgency and welcome back to my channel. So I have class in 45 minutes, so I'm gonna try and make this quick. First off, before we get into this video, sentimental time. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I noticed. We hit 3,000 subscribers. That's right, there are now 3,000 of us and counting. So I just wanted to do like the cheesy YouTuber thing and thank all of you guys so much for sticking with me, supporting me. If you're new here, then like taking a chance, hitting that subscribe button is like, you know what? Maybe this guy will be funny. Maybe this guy will be helpful. And I'm sorry if I let you down, if I wasn't. But seriously guys, thank you so much for getting us to 3,000 subscribers. This means actually so much to me because for the longest time, I thought like I would peak at 1,000. 1,000 was like my main goal. Like after 1,000, like I'd quit, I'd sell out to Wendy's or something. I didn't actually think like we'd be growing this much and this fast. We literally hit 2,000 subscribers when I started college. Let that sink in. We hit 2,000 when I started college. And that was about a month ago. Like that's crazy. We're growing so fast and there are so many of you guys that are here supporting me both at GW and like around the country and around the world. I don't know where I was going with that, but like I sincerely thank you guys. We're just grinding. The goal for the end of the year, by the way, is 5K. Let's see if we can do it. I know that didn't sound very like motivational, so I'll like say it again in the YouTuber voice. Ready? Let's see if we can hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, guys. We got this. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on my post notifications so you never miss an upload. Let me calm down. Anyways, let's get into the actual video because that's what you guys came here for. I'm gonna be laying down some college advice for students who are applying to college right now. I'm here to give you some advice before, during, and after, not after, but like before and during your college application process. My first piece of advice for those of you who are applying to college is to choose a school, if you haven't already, that you would like to apply ED to. I know like time is like dwindling down because I know a lot of like ED application dates are like November 1st, November 15th, all of that. Like get your stuff in. I highly recommend if you have a top choice or like have a school that you'd rather go to as opposed to like your other options to apply ED, because at least for my like applicant pool year, a lot of schools filled up their class size with like ED applicants. So if you like really have like a top school, especially if it's like an Ivy or like somewhere that's like a reach school that you really want to go to, then I highly recommend applying ED. Because one, it heightens your chances. Two, you have like 3 decisions, like you can get accepted, rejected, or deferred. And if you are deferred, that means you like still have a chance at like RD. I'm a big advocate for ED. I personally did not apply ED or EA because I didn't really see the value in it, and I didn't really have like a top school at the time up until like the ED date had passed. Think of it this way. If you get in December, you're done. In a similar vein, when you're applying to colleges and you're like trying to decide like where you actually want to apply, one quality that I highly recommend is considering your options and seeing which college has like a location around it where like the college isn't the main focus. I'll like say it in a different way. Like I recommend finding a college where like your college isn't like the main focal point of like the city. There's definitely like some cities that are run by the college, like it's definitely like a college town, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as like there's things going on like outside of like college. I know especially for like some schools, like when like a fall break or like a winter break happens and like a lot of people leave, like the city shuts down, like it's dead. It's like completely dead because campus is dead, which means that the city is dead. And personally, like I don't really vibe with that. A lot of people don't. And if like you're one of those people, then I highly recommend finding like a city that like is independent, not necessarily independent, but like can run on its own. Like there's things to like do in the city when you're not in school and when you're not in classes. GW and DC have like a really good relationship, like they're kind of like integrated with each other, but when school is over like for fall break, there are still a ton of things to do in the city. Like you can go to the monuments, you can go to a whole bunch of different events because there are events happening literally every day in this city. So I just recommend like you do some research into like the cities that your schools are in and seeing whether like things are actually going on. My third piece of advice is that before you actually like apply to college, do some soul searching and find out how hard you actually want to work in college. What I mean by this is like figure out if you want school to be like your #1 thing, like the only thing you do, because there are definitely schools that like do that. Or if you want like more of like a balanced lifestyle, like you work sometimes, you like have fun sometimes, you like socialize sometimes, like more of like a holistic approach to college where it's like not as stressful or not as like academically focused. That's not to say like to apply to like a school that's not like gonna challenge you. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like a school that will challenge you, but at the same time they give you time and space to like do other things. Like school is like the only thing you're doing. Because like if school is like the only thing you're doing, it's super easy to get burnt out. And you don't want to get burnt out in college, trust me. My fourth piece of advice is that when you're applying to schools, especially if you're like in like a sciencey field or like in a field that is like up and coming, like not a lot of schools are like really into that field, do some research on schools and figure out like which schools are actually like up and coming in that field, because a lot of people don't realize this, but it doesn't really matter the state of your program when you like go in. Like for me, like the bio program at GW was like up and coming, but like I wouldn't say that it's the best, but it's like improving. It doesn't really matter what it is right now. What matters is where like the program is when you graduate, because when you graduate, that's what people are gonna like associate you with, like career-wise. Like if you're applying for like jobs, they're not gonna really like be like,
oh yeah, George Washington wasn't really that great in bio like 4 years ago, but it is now. Like, you can't really come here.
Like it matters like where they are now. So like think ahead of the game. Don't like think where it is now. So like if you are in like a STEM field and applying to like a school that isn't like huge in STEM now, but they're putting a ton and tons of like money and effort into like building up that program, then don't like necessarily count that school out. Like apply. My fifth and final piece of advice for you college applicants is reach out to students that are attending the schools you want to go to. I know this may seem like scary or daunting, but like if you have like a friend or like even someone who graduated from your school that goes to a school like you're interested in, make contact with them and then ask them like what their experience is, especially if they're doing something similar to what you want to be doing, because they could either A, be your mentor, or B, just give you like the scoop on what's down, like what's going on campus, like what things are really like on campus, because you never really know what's going on campus unless you like attend the school. And I remember this was so helpful when I was applying to colleges. I would reach out to people who were attending schools that I was interested in, and they'd basically give me like information on things like wouldn't be told to me like through tours like from like the admissions office, like serious things like what student life is actually like, what the administration at your school or at the school is actually like. So I highly recommend, like even if like you don't know someone who like goes to a certain school, I'm sure like a friend or like someone online does. So just have conversations with them and like see like how they like the school. And if you are in like a similar path career wise or like major wise, then ask them what that's like, because the last thing you want to do is like go in completely blind and like be like blindsided by like, oh wow, the school actually sucks, like I don't like it here. But yeah, those are all the tips I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, then hit that subscribe button to join the family. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving a like and commenting down below if this was helpful or not, or basically anything you really want to. Make sure you hit the bell icon and turn on my post notifications so you never miss an upload, and follow me on Twitter at Imurgency with 2 Y's. Once again, thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. I will get back to you guys really soon about what I plan on doing to celebrate this wonderful occasion. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I've been Imurgency, and I'll see you guys next time.